Welcome to the community episode 1 of Winter Night in Concord. This is the audio commentary. I'd say going to the movies. This is the main reason why I was actually out in Concord, and I wasn't sure if I could do split payment. I was able to go to guest services, and they allowed me to pay part cash and part card. This is actually the sequence where I'm actually showing the snow. I know that originally people thought that on that Thursday that it was actually going to start snowing. There were people that were going to the store, rushing out to get batteries and all that fun stuff, right? But truth be told, when I got there to that Starbucks Thursday, it actually didn't snow, and I knew it wasn't going to snow. That's why I was there, and also just to see that movie. Now, the very next day, though, it actually snowed right around 5, and that was the time that the Starbucks ended up closing. Normally, that Starbucks closes at 7. This is the part where I'm actually in my little designated spot. I've already established setting up the tent for the night. I'm in, and I remain there until the morning. This was actually like a cool sequence where it was like completely dark, and then I ended up turning on the light so that you kind of see that, look, this is me being inside the tent. You actually see all of my things that I have. And of course, this was all that I had, really. I had a few Starbucks bagels on me. I didn't really have much food at that time. And then, of course, you have the body warmers, which I show, toe warmers. I actually got a chance to use those. Those did not work. My feet felt like it was frozen. And then I still just had the body warmer stuff. So this part, I'm actually showing myself unzipping the tent, and it goes into this transition where it shows it being the next day. I get a chance to explain that overnight, this tent had icicles on the side as well as the front of the door. So I had to basically chip away in order to unzip the tent and be able to get out. I was showing this picture just to signify that this was going to be the last time I was going to be in Starbucks within Concord before heading back to Charlotte. Once I made it back to Charlotte, I did get a chance to stop at my favorite Starbucks location within University area. And then once they closed, I decided that I wanted to try to find a spot that was going to be not too far from the Starbucks, but somewhere that was going to be close. And this is where I actually indicate that I found a spot just outside of UNCC, just underneath the parking deck. And I ended up giving it a name called The Outskirts. Yeah, I would say mission accomplished for being able to see Nosferatu in IMAX, something that I had planned for quite some time. And to see it on its final night, I can say that it was just, totally worth it. I had learned that you could actually pay part cash, part card through guest services. And of course, I've also learned that this Starbucks that is within Concord, they actually close at 7, which is a little bit earlier than the regular Starbucks that, of course, we know of. Finally, I want to say that I got a chance to check out a music documentary that involves a band called My Chemical Romance. It's about their ups and downs within music, which it kind of made me think about when I first moved to Charlotte in 2006. I started going to concerts in 2007, and My Chemical Romance was actually the second biggest concert that I went to that year. I got a chance to check them out at the Bojangles Coliseum. And I remember that there were people, they were getting out of their vehicles, and you could see a whole lot of t-shirts that had the My Chemical Romance band. Anyways, for the next one, I'm going to be talking about street life. So I hope that you guys could return and check that out. All right, take care.